Are you ready to end racism forever? Let's do it, Pants Weasel, in episode 110. Radical!
Hey, Wander Boys and Wander Girls, I am Doofy. Let us begin the ancient ritual of purse rummaging. A monster scroll and a rotten trap, those are two key items. Unequipped trap is good. Extra katana, I don't know why I have that. Probably get rid of that one. Minotaur axe though, that will come in handy if my axe ever gets weakened or cursed. Let me see if I have any more good traps. Spring trap will be good to get me out of a dangerous situation. One way, not so good. These are all pretty good. Extra trap armband still. And a log to the face. Another trap armband. I'm glad I put them in separate jars. I think last episode I had 2 in one jar. That was kind of dumb. Summons trap though. I don't know. Probably pick that up so a monster wouldn't step on it. I'm gonna go ahead and set it down here. Since I'm in the top right corner of the map, the chance of a monster stepping on it is pretty much 0. Huh. Find a trap to throw at this Death Master. Alright. Wow. He almost did 50 damage there. That is a lot. Last episode Oh. This is not the way I wanted to start this episode. This is not giving me a lot of confidence about this floor. Already pressing the Cairo. Maybe, yep, there's another one. Last episode I went over the basic rules of morality. Oh, missed. I've got another one somewhere. I went over the rules of morality that everyone knows intuitively, and I said that the main justification people have for breaking those rules is that they place a group of people in a separate category. They other them. They say, yeah, sure, you know, it's important not to disable or deceive or cause pain to people in my group. But if it's someone from another culture, someone that's different from me, then maybe I can break the rules, especially in an environment where resources are limited and life feels like a zero-sum game. You know, either I'm gonna get it or they're gonna get it. Alright, anytime there's a tank in a huge room, you need to stop and think. I am not sure where the tank is. I think it might be, yeah. The tank is in the middle left part of the room, but luckily this Death Master absorbed the hit. I'm gonna try to get out of here. Hopefully the Death Master will absorb another hit if the tank shoots me. Oh no. That's what I didn't want to happen. So there's, oh, Franken beans. So the cranky tank stepped on a summons trap. For all I know, that room is full of tanks and Death Masters now. Oh, cranky tanks are just the worst because they do 100 damage if both of their shots get off. Usually by this time in, thought I had a rotten trap somewhere. I know I did. It was in my, it's in one of the early, oh there. So I'll put this down. I'm gonna try to tempt the cranky tank across this rotten trap because there's no way I'm going in a huge room. There, see? Oh my god, both shots, 100 damage. Ah, my goodness, it was close. Alright, one more. Oh. Alright, this situation is kind of under control. Depending on if there's any other tanks in here. Oh, it looks like a lot of the enemies are trap bots. So in this dungeon, that's actually a good thing because I can replenish my stock. And a trove bandit! Woohoo! Oh! But it sealed itself. Hopefully this rotten trap will last a little bit longer. Should be able to use it to get most of these enemies. Oh, it feels so good. Such sweet revenge to turn a trove bandit into a rotten rice ball. Get him back for all the times he is weedified my firebrands plus 99. I'm wondering if I should leave it alive to make more traps. Nah. I'll go ahead and try to get it to come in here. There's a fluffy bunny in there too. Oh, Mr. Fluffy Bunny. Make you rotten to the core. Alright. So, we said that was the reason people broke the moral rules last episode. And there's a short hop from that idea to the idea of racism. Because that's pretty much what racism is. Sort of ethnocentrism gone bad. It's natural to consider the people around you, the people that share your culture, to consider them to be normal and good. But, you know, if anyone different from you is automatically kind of weird and abnormal and evil and inferior, then that's the recipe for racism. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. Once I take care of this little baby dragon. Trying to find a good trap. I don't want to let it take a step, then I won't get any experience. I was thinking I could maybe get a ×2 multiplier. I'll throw this landmine, and then it'll be down. Ugh, only ×1. At least it's down to 50%. And I was able to take it out. Alright, so this floor is under control. In case you didn't know, racism was a scourge upon these United States for many a year. But then a hero emerged, Barack Hussein Obama, and he took up the shield of MLKJ and placed the Nelson Mandelian of truth and justice about his neck, and he grasped the balade of equality and plunged it deep in the heart of the foul demon racism and vanquished it forever from these lands, and there was much rejoicing. Oh wait, that's not exactly how it happened. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try to throw this summons trap down here because I don't want a monster to step on it. So many times I'm like, yeah, the floor's done, and then one monster steps on the summons trap, and there's like 4 death masters show up, and I die when I could have just gotten rid of the summons trap. That's why I'm kind of paranoid about summons traps. Too bad this knockback trap is not pointing at the wall, because we learned that is a source of beaucoup d'experience. I think I'm just gonna set it somewhere. I'll point it at the wall, and then just in case a bad enemy's following me. Time to check and turn the knockback to the left. If you got that reference, congratulations, you're old. Or at least old enough to get a driver's license. But yeah, some people really think that way. They think that racism is not really a big issue anymore. And people need to stop playing the race card and playing the victim. It is tempting for me just to go down these stairs, but I need to get some more traps. So I will take out this snot pig. Yeah, people who think that way usually are binary thinkers. So they think that racism is like an on-off switch. Either there are, yay, thanks for that summons trap bot. At least it's a spot where no monster will ever step on it. Probably. The monster would have to spawn left of it, so. Even I'm not that unlucky. Maybe I should have tossed it. I don't know. They think that either you're an evil, horrible racist that's mean to people of other ethnicities, or you're a good person like them, and clearly they're not bad. So why are people getting offended when I'm not a racist, clearly? But of course, racism, like everything in life, is much more complicated than that. It's a spectrum. So some people are a little bit racist in some situations. Might as well get rid of this useless katana. And some people are a lot racist. It's just case-by-case basis. And human beings use categories. If you're a human being on this planet, you use categories. So you're a little bit racist sometimes, as a wise puppet once saying to me. Now, of course, things like police brutality and hate crimes get a lot of coverage in the press because they fire up your emotions. But as a former public school teacher, I taught high school for 5 years in racially and socioeconomically diverse school districts. What really is a travesty when it comes to racism to me is people's unequal access to quality education, healthcare, housing, and transportation. Those are the 4 big ones. It's shameful if you go to some of these school districts, how little of chance these kids have. And there are poor white communities, of course, a lot in the South. But hey, I live near DC. You go west a little bit to West Virginia, and you'll see large communities of white people living in terrible conditions with horrible education systems. And it's just wrong to me, you know. I'm not asking for complete equality. I realize that's never going to happen, but there's a long way to go in the wealthiest country in the history of the world. And I am not a Republican or a Democrat. I don't get into politics, but I believe, you know, in a limited government, so I agree with Republicans there. But I think the government should be doing something when it comes to healthcare, education, transportation, and housing. From those 4 issues, everything else would kind of fall into place if they could get that right. Whenever you're going to eat rotten rice balls, it's important to memorize where the stairs are in case it blinds you. So you have to get to the stairs in a hurry like you're getting hit by a tank. I just lowered my level though. No problem. Looking a lot better with all those traps. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, there's really no political party for me, because I want a small, efficient government, and people in both parties basically want the government to get larger. And full disclosure, I work for the federal government. Both of my parents work for the federal government, and I know how ludicrous the waste is in the federal government. They do a few things that are important, though, so I'm not a libertarian by any means. Now, you might say, all right, Doofy, but that's clearly a class issue, not a race issue. It's just poor people that need access to those commodities, not only black people or Asian people. And for historical reasons, the communities that have poor access to those 4 things are, I hate being PC, but they are communities of color. So... we're at the point now where snot pigs can throw their rocks so far it is incredibly annoying. If I have any less than 130 hit points now, I could just die if a bunch of pigs throw rocks at me and I run into a tank, so I gotta be extra careful. At least this one's sealed. Now, I understand that we have to use categories as humans. I mean, we have to generalize, that's how we learn about the world. But when someone says, "Hey Doofy, I'm not being racist when well, probably shouldn't give my straw man a southern accent, that would be kind of hypocritical. When someone says to me, "My dear Doofy, when I find myself walking down the street late one evening, and I encounter an African American gentleman walking in the opposite direction, I cross to the other side of the road. Are you suggesting I am a racist? That is preposterous. For obviously, if it were an elderly Asian lady, I would statistically be far less likely to be accosted. So I am not being racist, I'm simply using categories based on observations from real life." And yeah, I get it to a certain point, but there's a difference between a category and a stereotype. And what are those differences? Well, let me tell you what they are. First of all, a stereotype usually has some kind of value associated with it. You know, you're not just a black person or an Asian person or a Jew. You're either better or worse in some way. So that's a big hint that it might be a stereotype if you make some kind of value judgment, some kind of good-bad judgment based on the label. Another difference is that oh good. I thought I was running low on traps. I was gonna... Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I did not really place this trap very carefully, did I? Huh. I guess I could... There must be... Oh, good. Alright. If I can make it a rice ball, at least it'll... There we go. That's what I planned to do all along. No. I wasted 2 traps when I could have just used 1. Alright. Gonna be a little bit more careful. Hey, a skull demon. Why do skull demons breathe when they're asleep? You're an enemy designer. They don't have any lungs. Alright, I'm gonna put this the right place. Another difference between a stereotype and other types of categories that are more innocuous is that a stereotype usually doesn't have any exceptions. It's kind of absolute. So, oh hey, knockback stat pointed at the wall. I can use my pickaxe to cut out a couple spaces, and then I'll be able to lead a monster over it. Good. I'm gonna get a lot of experience out of this. You know what? Just in case. I'm gonna have to walk a little bit farther to the right. It's still kind of awkwardly placed. I think I have a one-way trap somewhere. So I'll put the one-way trap here, and then I'll just lead the monsters on the one-way trap. It'll be super easy. Yep, I knew I had one. Alright, finally get some experience. Yeah, so some people might say every Asian person eats rice and they're good at math and they got a little itty bitty penis. And every black person, oh, here's a couple of black enemies. I need to trap the skull demon so it doesn't shoot a magical bolt at my gator scissor hands. Take away my sweet, sweet experience. There we go. Set this down. Alright, now I can get some experience from him too. It'll all work out. As long as my one-way trap doesn't go away. Alright. Oh, they gave the gator scissor hands like a spherical arachnid abdomen. It's a little creepy. It has a visible spinal column. Nice job, Shiren enemy designer. I'm sorry I made fun of you for the breathing skull demon. Alright, your turn, buddy. Yeah, and they say every black person eats fried chicken. They're good at dancing and athletics, and they have a monstrous penis, and that's why the pants are sagging, because their huge pendulous phallus is dragging in the dirt. And sure, on average, that might be true, but this might be a good time for some pain sharing. Averages tell you nothing about individual cases. I'm fairly lucky in that I've lived a lot of places in the US, and some places I lived have a much higher percentage Asian population than average. So in the US, the population is like 5% Asian, so not really big. So it's understandable that some people haven't met a lot of Asian people. If I was in a bad situation, I would switch with this little dragon and then teleport away, but this is not a horrible situation. But yeah, I've lived, right now I live in Prince George's County, which is over 90% African American. I went to school at Berkeley, which is like 40% Asian. I lived in Korea, obviously. I've been in Tokyo. Spent a lot of time in Taiwan. My ex-wife is from Taiwan. So when you spend time around large groups of people of a certain ethnicity, you realize there's a huge range of personality types within every group. And on average, you know, the people you might have seen in popular culture might be a certain way. I missed. Let's see. I guess the dream gas. Make it run away, then I can pick it up again. Oh, it's just sitting there. That's weird. I guess because they have double speed, maybe. Oh, it's a fake. I think that's a level 4 false idol. They do so much freaking damage. At least I have another chance. Just gotta take care of this false idol. Especially before that Deathmaster comes out of his dream gas state. Alright, this should be enough time. Uh-oh, he's gonna get a tag off. Look at that, 64. Freaking ridiculous. Alright, let's throw my other restorative herb at this one. Conserve my pain sharing for somebody more worthy. Restorative herbs take up a whole space in your inventory, so it's usually just a good idea. Oh, another one. I think I'm gonna hide and make a break for the stairs. Alright. Sometimes you come out and it's even worse than when you went in, but worked out on my floor 69. Alright. Oh my goodness. I got totally sidetracked. What? I was talking about categories, stereotypes. Yeah, I've been lucky in that I've lived different places. Oh, and I've seen that there's a wide range of personalities within each racial group. So, going to Berkeley, which is a pretty good school, I saw there are tons of Asians who are not very good at math, let me tell you. And there are a lot of Asians who don't even eat a lot of rice. Me, I'm pretty culturally white, even though I do enjoy eating rice from time to time. And there are a lot of Asians with magnificent penises. You know who I'm talking about, ladies. And likewise, I have a lot of African American or black friends now, so I realize that, like, there's a guy at work. If you just saw him walking down the street, he's like this big muscular guy, always joking around. You know, I had a lot of preconceptions, honestly, before moving here about black people, but he likes scuba diving. He's kind of nerdy when it comes to comic book movies. He's actually a little shy around women, even though he seems to be like a womanizer. So there's a lot of ways in which people don't perfectly fit into the little stereotypical box that you might believe in if you don't have a lot of experience with a large number of people of that group. And even though on average stereotypes might be accurate, you know, you gotta take them on a case-by-case basis. So, no exceptions, probably a stereotype. Remember, there's always exceptions. And that's actually a good segue into another difference. Stereotype usually doesn't change with new evidence. So I had this idea of what black people were like before I lived here, and now I changed that idea because I have more evidence. And I don't think it's realistic to assume that you're just gonna treat everyone just like completely be colorblind and ignore that you're talking to a black person, because it's just not the world we live in. But just be willing to change your ideas as you come across new evidence. I think that's really important, so that your stereotype gradually takes on the form of a more general category. And then I guess finally, stereotypes are not formed very carefully. You know, usually, like if you grew up somewhere where there weren't a lot of people of other ethnicities, I'm kind of lucky in that I've lived a lot of different places in the U.S. I lived in rural Indiana near Louisville. I lived near Kansas City. Of course, now I live near D.C. I've lived in San Jose. I lived in San Francisco. I lived in Oklahoma City. I lived in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So let's take South Dakota. The people in South Dakota, they're really nice, which is a stereotype, by the way, but it seems to be accurate for the most part. And but also they're incredibly racist. But it's the racism that it's kind of like Japanese racism. There are no black people in South Dakota. I literally saw 2 black people, and I lived there for 3 years. And their racism is kind of an innocent racism. It's understandable because their only experience with black people was from popular culture and celebrities. So, you know, it's kind of understandable. They just need more observations before their models can be more accurate. Alright, this is a level 4 snot pig, so I'm going to try to take off my trap armband, actually get some experience, because it would be quite a bit if I can take him out. Oh, Fluffy Bunny. See, Fluffy Bunny is not a racist. He will fluff anybody, free of charge. So yeah, that kind of racism is kind of understandable. And I will say, popular culture has gotten a lot better. When I was a kid, there were not a lot of Asian role models on TV. Do you know who my Asian role model was, by the way? Long Duck friggin' Dong from 16 Candles. Oh my goodness. I know in retrospect he seems like a walking stereotype and he seems a little offensive. What's happening, hot stuff? But, you know, he was a fairly major character in the movie and he has a lot of good lines. And most importantly, he gets the girl. There's so many times when Asian characters, I mean, they're like asexual. You know, anytime you see an Asian woman in anything, you know, all right, the white dude is gonna get up on that at some point. But Asian guys, even with an Asian girl, forget like the white girl, it's just like, nope, not happening. So I thought it was cool that Long Duck Dong actually got a little romantic action with that honestly pretty hot lumberjack lady. When I was a kid, I was like, damn, that is a tall drink of water and I want me some. So I like Long Duck Dong. Who else did I have? I had Ernie Reyes Jr., whose character is incredibly supremely annoying in Temple of Doom. But in Goonies, Data is kind of adorable, honestly, even though he's a stereotype. That's pretty much it. Who else did I have? I had Pat Morita. Again, I like Pat Morita, but you figure out pretty soon, at least I did when I was a kid, if there's an Asian guy, in something, he's either going to be comic relief. It still happens in like Hangover. Or he's gonna know Kung Fu. He's gonna know Kung Fu and he's gonna be comic relief. Or he's gonna know Kung Fu and be comic relief and be like the ancient master that teaches the white people how to do stuff. So they can appropriate his Asianness and his Asian culture and learn all the mystical martial arts. So kind of gets old after a while because, it kind of tells you when you're a kid. I was the only Asian kid in my school in Texas. And I'm just going to move on. It's a little dangerous, but hey, made it floor 70. Sweet. Oh. All right. This is like a hidden critical turn because there's an enemy above me. And that could be a tank. A tank could do 80 damage in one turn, and then this snap pig could kill me. So I need to be really careful. I think, like, if you didn't have experience in Shiren, you could attack the pig and just die. I think I'm going to hide, and then hopefully the situation will be better when I come out. Oh, good. Looks like no one else is coming in. Yeah, you don't know how many horrible racist Asian jokes I've heard over and over and over when I was a kid in Texas. It's like they were saving them up, and they're like, oh my god, it's an Asian kid, I've never seen him before. Here, let me tell you all my hilarious Asian jokes. Oh, and it just gets frustrating after a while, because you've heard it so many times. Like, how do Chinese people name their kids? They throw silverware down the chimney. Ha ha ha. Oh, me rub you wrong time. Flied lice. It's just, I got so tired of it. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is like 3 of the most dangerous enemies in the game. It's like the beginning of a racist joke. So a death angel, an ulster tank, and a trove bandit walk into a bar. And the trove bandit's like, you got any weed? Because all them trove bandits love weed, know what I'm saying? No. Alright, I think I have a pain sharing. Hopefully it's got some charges. I need to get rid of one of these 2 guys. I think I'm going to pain share the tank. And then hopefully the attack of the Death Reaper and some tank shots will take out the tank. Oh, it's a fake tank. Good. I was afraid there for a sec. Yeah, that would be really bad. 2 enemies with double attack attacking you. So I think if I can just slow down this Death Reaper, I'll let the whatever this young Tengu is attacking me die, and then I'll deal with the Trove Bandit. It'll all be good. Alright. Yay, I didn't miss. What? Oh my god, oh no. Alright, it wasn't a fake tank. That was weird. It didn't shoot at me. It just like walked up to me. I'm gonna hide. Then hopefully things will be better. Oh, let me think. Oh yeah, it took 2 steps towards me. Yeah, young Tengu would just take 1 step. Oh, that was dumb. That could have been the end of the run right there. Whew, and now there's a cranky tank wandering around. Cranky tank wandering around the floor is like the movie Alien, because you know it's going to find you. It has double speed. It's just, at some point, it's going to catch up to you, or you're going to walk into it and take 100 damage. It's horrible. Alright. And there's an ulcer tank running around somewhere, so I think I'm going to leave that owl alive, because at least then the tanks will have to be right next to me to find me. Hey, there we go. So I can take this guy out. Then the tanks will have to be right next to me at least, so that'll be good, because I do not want 2 tanks shooting at me. What is that, 180 damage a turn? That is ludicrous. Hey! Alright, crane tanks are worth a ton of experience. And I think I have a sleeping trap. In Face Final Puzzle, usually I have pretty good equipment by floor 70, unless I'm doing a strengthening jarless run, which is pretty rare. But I am level 66, but I only have an axe. I don't know if I'll be able to do enough damage. Maybe with a critical attack. So I'm gonna try to put it to sleep and get the experience. Because if I just curse it, it's just gonna start attacking me. And I don't know if I have any charges on the pain sharing. Alright, let's see. Maybe a critical. Oh, and it's awake. Alright, pain sharing. Let's go ahead and go to plan B. Oh no! Ah, shoot. Alright, I'm gonna try to toss it, and then I'll have a chance to throw the Cairo. Alright, press the Cairo. Whew. Oh. Let's see what kind of herb this is. Restorative herb. Should I press the Cairo? I don't think anyone can find me in this room. There might be some snot pigs, but I don't think they can find you in an owled room. I think they're blind to it. In a corridor they can find you, but I think I should be okay. I'll just get my HP up here. Try to conserve my Cairo. Alright, this looks a lot better. Trove bandit. Alright, let me... Oh, 40 damage. That is a lot. Ow! If I can just make it. Alright, good. Oh no! Oh my god, they can throw it. Alright, I gotta press the Cairo. I was hoping I could just run away, but not happening. Alright. Whew, that was really dangerous then. Walking around that owled room. Could have been rot to death. Oh, rock to death. Alright. Guy Bar will be my blocker. I'm gonna make a run for it. Back on topic now that things seem pretty under control. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, my role models growing up. Yeah, things have gotten a lot better in popular culture. Definitely in TV. The Asian guy gets the girl, like Walking Dead, Glenn. Although that's because that happened in the comic. What other Asian people have I seen that actually got the girl? Of course, Bruce Lee changed my life forever. Even though he is a walking stereotype, he wasn't comic relief. He was like the main character. And in real life, Bruce Lee actually married a white woman, which is pretty cool. It's not... I just want people to know that it's possible, you know? That it's possible to love and be loved by anyone. Because the message that popular culture used to send is that white guys get to love and be loved by anyone, but guys of other races, either you get to love someone of your own race or you're just screwed. Alright, I'm gonna do a stair run. I'm gonna mess with this floor. And that's a shame. I did see Big Hero 6 that has an Asian main character. So does Up, actually. Although they don't get any real romance, but they're just little kids. I just watched Maze Runner. Maze Runner has a Korean character in it. And the best part is they don't make a big deal about it. It's just part of who he is, you know? Because in real life, people belong to a lot of different categories. That's another difference between stereotypes and regular categories. Like, a stereotype kind of dominates all the other categories. Like, maybe you're black, but you're also an artist and a stockbroker. But people just ignore that. They're like, nope, I know he's a black guy. He's a black guy. I know all I need to know about him. Oh, he's the Asian dude. Yeah. You know? It's just, it used to really bug me even as an adult, that bugs me. Like, I can see it when someone meets me in their eyes. The question they want to ask. Do you know what question they want to ask? They want to ask the question, what kind of Asian are you anyway? Some people just come out and say it. Like, if you just get to know me as a person, eventually it's gonna come up, you know? Just don't ask me first thing. Sometimes they try to be sly and they're like, oh, so where are you from anyway? Where did you grow up? And it happens so much, I'm kind of a dick about it now. And I'm like, oh, I grew up in Texas. Or, oh, what kind of Asian do you think I am? I'm kind of coy about it if it's a woman usually. Or guess, and I'll give you a free dinner. But, and when I talk to other Asian people, it bugs them too, you know? Just like the first thing right off the bat. I know nothing about this person, but I need to know what category I put them in. Chinese, Japanese? Because does that really help you understand me as a person? Usually, if I tell them, they're like, oh, that's a shame, you know? If they have a reason, they're like, oh yeah, I'm studying Japanese. I was hoping you're Japanese so I could practice my Japanese skills. I'm like, alright, I understand. But usually, alright, I have a scroll blessing, so I think I'm just going to attack this cursed grandma. Hope I can take her out before she curses anything. One jar. Alright, that's not too bad. Let's see what's in it. 3-slot jar. So I'm not going to waste my scroll blessing on this 3-slot jar. Just toss it and pick up the traps. What's I talking about? What kind of Asian are you? Yeah. 3 slot is not a huge loss. I mean, I'll lose 2 extra spots in my inventory, but it's not really worth the... Oh, duh. Can't pick them up. I should have remembered that. Oh, here's another one at least. Replace one of the missing ones. Yeah, don't let one category overshadow everything else, you know? Most people are just like, oh, I ate sushi, or I love sushi, or I love Thai food, even if I tell them I'm half Korean. Oh, yeah, well, thanks. I like Thai food, too. I ate kimchi once. It smells terrible. My dad was stationed in Korea. We like Korean barbecue. All right. Yeah, me too. You know, it's not such a big deal to place someone in a category right off the bat. But things are getting much better. I like it when there's an Asian character and it's just another fact about them, you know? It doesn't dominate their whole personality. It happens with gay characters a lot too. They're like, oh, they're gay? They must be like super effeminate and flaming. I don't know if I want to waste all these rotten rice balls. I was going to make a run for it, but I think I'm going to try to take this level 4. Giant enemy crab. You can see how much damage I'm doing though. Their defense is amazing. Their attack is stupendous. So if at all possible, I try to avoid fighting them. Even in Phase Final Puzzle, but especially now. I really don't have many traps left, huh? A log to the face. Hopefully I'm able to take it out. It's gonna be close. Whew. Alright. Now at least I won't starve though. Pick up these rotten rice balls. Get to the... Oh, another one. Alright. I think I have a big landmine. I'm gonna use it. That's my last good trap, pretty much. This might be the end. If this is the end, honestly, this is so tedious and difficult. I don't know. I don't know if I'll come back. I mean, Phase Final Puzzle, I feel like raring to go when I die, but if I die now, I don't know if I'm gonna do this again. Alright, here goes nothing. 73. Yeah, wow, what a horrible situation. At least I'm in the floor with the room with the stairs. Otherwise I would use my pitfall or my spring trap. But I'm already in the room with the stairs, so I don't want to leave. No matter what I do, something bad is gonna happen. But I gotta get rid of the Trove Bandit first, because he could do the worst damage. I think I'm gonna try to trap this Trove Bandit, and then I'm gonna make a run for the stairs, because even though I have no traps, I can't even make it through this one room. Alright, this is probably where I'm gonna die, so I need to wrap this up. It's a shame I couldn't get to the main topic. The main reason I wanted to talk about racism was not because Shiren the Wanderer has anything to do with racism. Oh no! Alright, this is a jet fowl. Shit just got so real, I can see the kernels of corn and smell the aroma. I want to use my string trap so badly, but I'm gonna try to be a man. Because I need more traps, I can't just run away. Oh no! Giant enemy crab and a sleeping demon. Alright, spring trap, where are you? No way I could possibly get into a worse situation than this. Alright, Calgon, take me away. This is manageable at least. Sexy cursed grandma. Normally I'm all about the sexy grandmas, but this just isn't a good time for me. Can you come back later? You feisty redhead. Wait, that's a stereotype. Use my scroll of light. Hey, there's a shop. That could be my lifesaver. I just have to live long enough to make it to the shop. Thanks for cursing my stuff, Grandma. You're the best. Alright, that first jar that she cursed has my switching staffs in it. The second jar is not a big deal, but I need those switching staffs to stay alive. I'm gonna use my scroll of blessing. Maybe there's another one in the shop. Whenever you're down to just using switching staffs, it's a good sign that death is pretty close. Hey, I got a lucky break. Sweet. Alright. Switching staff, yay. With enough switching staffs, you can kind of cheese your way through a couple floors, but this is getting ugly fast, so I gotta get to this shop. Oh gosh, I'm getting sidetracked so much, but I don't want to die. What was I talking about? My brain has gone completely silent on the matter. Oh, the thing I really wanted to talk about. So, I'm talking about racism mainly for selfish reasons because it's getting to the point in my life where I need... Oh, that's not helping me at all. I need to seriously think about dating for real. And I was married for 9 years, but that just kind of happened. I fell in love and it happened unexpectedly, but now I'm dating with a purpose. And I have encountered a certain situation when I meet people online, and usually I do meet people online. Hey, a pain sharing, that's just what I need. When I date, I end up meeting a lot of women online because I have something called resting bastard face. I kind of look like a stereotypical Hollywood villain. I'm kind of stern and serious looking. I'm over 6 feet tall. I'm a little bit intimidating, and my personality is not intimidating at all. It's kind of goofy, but... Oh, soft corners. Troll Bandit, why are you interrupting me? And a jet foul. Super. If I'd paid for my stuff, I would just switch with the jet foul and teleport out of here. But that would be stealing, and that would be instant death. So, this situation kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to trap the Trove Bandit. Luckily, he's gonna go weedify that shield, so got a little bit of time. Find something. Alright. Rice ball trap. The sleeping gas. That's good. And a slowness, so I'm not totally out of traps. I think I'll be able to figure something out. Gotta read this, so at least I can trap the jet fowl. Because there's no way I'll be able to resolve this before it's next to me. I guess I could just throw the traps, but I really want to make a trap that I can use on both of them, so. Gotta burn this. Now then. I think what I'm gonna try, I'll set down this rice ball trap, and then I can get one of them, the Trove Bandit, to step on the trap in 2 turns. And then I'll just maneuver around and get the jet fowl on the trap, and then they'll both be rice balls, so. That should work. I guess go down and to the right. And then next turn, the Trove Bandit will step down, and I'll be all good. Oh, I forgot it takes a turn for it to weedify. Huh. Alright. I have that sleeping gas, but I think I'm gonna try my log to the face. The log to the face should, What? Why did it knock it up there? I thought log to the face would knock it to the left. Maybe the log to the face doesn't always, knock it reverse directions. Alright. Both rice balls, finally. Although, that jet fowl is doing a ton of damage. I think I should take it out, hopefully, before it reverts. Because I can't afford to keep wasting... Oh great, another Trove Bandit. Alright, one more attack. No. Gotta press the Cairo. Yay! Wasn't I in this exact same situation like 6 or 7 turns ago? Remember when I said shopping could be really stressful in Shiren the Wanderer? This is why. I just want to pay for my stuff and leave. Thanks for helping me, by the way, shopkeeper. Your best customer ever. You're like, oh, my customer's about to die without paying me. I'll just let it happen. It's probably because I'm a wanderer. Everybody's attacking me because I look different. Bunch of racists. Alright, this is marginally better. I can't afford the jet fowl electrifying one of my jars. I'm gonna have to waste another trap. Alright, I didn't want to use the sleeping gas, but I'm gonna try. Come on. Alright. Surely I'll be able to take it out before it wakes up. Finally. Alright. Let's kill this Trove Bandit. Oh, that was the worst shopping experience of my life. No, sometimes I'll die while I'm shopping. That's the worst. Oh my. So, the scenario I run into when I'm looking for people to date online is this. I see a really cool profile. I'm like, yeah, seems really smart. She's got a cool job. She's passionate. She's like, oh, I like to explore other cultures, like to travel. She seems nerdy, kind of unique. That's kind of my type. I'm not super particular when it comes to physical appearance, but I like nerdy girls who are like creative and kind of crafty and passionate about what they do. And, everything looks great. But then there's always like a section at the bottom where they're like, describe your ideal mate. And there's like a section for race in 2015, which is a little weird to me. But I'm always thinking like, oh, this girl's super cool. She won't have, checked any of the boxes, or she'll check all the boxes. No, all of the boxes are checked except for Asian. And I'm like, no! It used to really bother me, but it's happened so much by now that I've named it. And I call it racist vagina. Because clearly this woman is not a racist. She's nice. Clearly she wouldn't be prejudiced when talking to someone of another race. But her vagina is racist. Her vagina just will not accept penises of a certain color. It's just the way it is. And I get it. I mean, love is not a rational thing. It's not logical. If a certain Asian guy doesn't grease your taco or moisten your towelette or lubricate your vaginal, well, that's a little bit too on the nose. But, I get it. If Asian people don't push your buttons, I can't force a woman to be turned on by something that doesn't turn her on. But I just want to make the observation that it's really frustrating, Ouch. Alright. Single speed, I should be able to take it out. Good. Maybe that information should be more prominent. Maybe there should be like an icon next to their name. I briefly considered jokingly like knitting a little miniature white hood, like giving it to them to wear around their waist. Just so I could know. I'd be like, oh, this woman has a racist vagina. That's useful information. And, oh wow, a lot of good traps too. Alright, I feel better now. I was seriously worried about dying this floor, but I'll get to finish talking about racist vagina, sweet. Yeah, like, and some of those women, they're willing to date an Asian guy, That's the crazy thing. Because when I'm talking to women sometimes, I can see it in their eyes. You see the change happen. If you pay attention to physical cues and body language, they're talking to me and they're like, oh, this guy's kind of funny and he's nice. And then they're like, wait a second. I think I'm going to sleep with this Asian man. And they're like a little bit surprised. Like, wait, I never saw him in that light before. And I know, it's like I seem to be whining about it, and I am a little bit. But I'm fine, I'm tall, I'm reasonably good looking. I'm a demon in the sack now. I've got nothing to complain about in the downstairs department. But to borrow a chemistry analogy, there's like an extra activation energy for that love reaction. And it's weird that I have to overcome that, That they have to think, that they assume initially that I will never be attracted to any Asian person. So I'm just going to eliminate billions of people from the planet by not checking that box. And I feel the same way about Asian women who only check like white and Asian men. Like, I feel a little uncomfortable dating them because I guess out of solidarity for my brown and black and blue and purple and green brothers, you just keep an open mind, that's all I'm saying. And I guess there's two scenarios in which I understand it. Scenario number one, your family will disown and or murder you if you have a serious relationship with someone of another race. And, whatever, they're hardcore fundamentalist Muslims, or a lot of Indian families are really strict, like it has to be a certain type of Indian from a certain ethnic group that they have to marry. And I kind of get it, that's a big sacrifice if you're close to your family, Or scenario number two, you have dated a bunch of people of other races, and none of them really did it for you. So you have a lot of evidence, and out of a time consideration, I understand women get approached a lot more often. So just to save time, you're like, all right, I'm not going to check this box because there's so many people that are going to want to date me. That I kind of understand a little bit. But again, I would say keep an open mind. I mean, generally guys are less picky, I guess. If you take your ideal mate and you change the amount of melanin in their skin and their eye shape a little bit, you know, they're still amazing and awesome, and I'd still date them. And a lot of people apparently don't feel that way. So it's kind of upsetting to me for some reason, I guess, as a mixed race Asian. It's a little upsetting because I guess it's because it's an existential crisis for me. I mean, if there weren't mixed race couples, I wouldn't exist. And I've dated black women, or one black woman, I guess. She was nerdy and sweet and adorable and amazing, and we had a great time. I've dated white women and Asian women, and I just, you know, I feel like the only real way to end racism is for people to have an open mind, try to change their stereotypes into categories, and just sleep around with everybody, have a bunch of interracial babies. And at some point, racism just will stop making sense. Because I can tell you, as a mixed race baby myself, racism doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's like, am I supposed to be 50% offended by racist jokes and 50% amused? It just, everything breaks down when you don't belong completely to one race. So, I guess that's the main point I was trying to make in my racist rant. And again, it's not me personally. You know, if you're not attracted to me personally, that's fine. You know, I understand. I'm not gonna be attractive to everyone, but to just eliminate billions of people when there's so much variation within every race, it just seems crazy to me. So if you do have a racist vagina or a racist penis, it goes both ways, wink wink, then I encourage you to sit down tonight and have a serious chat with it, convince it of the error of its ways. If at all possible. I know it's not possible for some people. Alright, I'm gonna have to eat a few rotten rice balls here. I know it hasn't been quite an hour, and I know I didn't fix racism forever, but my voice is getting kind of froggy, so I am gonna move on to the next floor and then save. I'm almost, or 3/4 of the way through the dungeon, which is pretty bitchin'. Maybe I'll make it all the way. I don't want to jinx myself, but next episode, I think I'm going to talk about feminism. Dun dun dun! It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, but hang in there. I'll see you all then. And remember, the best way to fight racism is with understanding, experience, and love. Preferably hot, sticky, interracial love. That sounds delicious. Alright, I'll see you next time. Give me a turn to pay for this urn. I can't afford to steal. Let me throw this herb at you across the room. Oh crap, it's not real. Why do monsters want to hurt me? Ulster tanks just want to make me die. Even baby dragons burn me. They're attacking me, but why? I think it's 'cause I'm Asian.
Check and turn the knife back to the left.